Oof. Okay, hi everybody. I am back. I am back. Okay, so I'm gonna tear up that those potatoes. I don't know why I keep saying potatoes. Tomato uh plants that I don't know what's wrong with them, y'all. I don't know whether they got a disease or what, but I'm gonna post some pictures somewhere up along here of what these tomato plants did give me. So I'm not mad at all because I do have backups, and today is only the 28th of July. So to get that type of harvest that, I'm showing you guys early out of those plants that I'm about to rip up right now, I think I did darn good. And so for the second half of the summer, going into the fall, I'm hoping these uh, tomato plants will last until the first frost because our estimated frost date, I looked it up, is supposed to be October the 19th. So that gives us like 80 days 84 days, 83 days, something like that, from today to do some planting. So I'm ripping out stuff, getting ready for my fall crops. And yeah, so I figured I'd turn on the camera. It is stifling hot. Like today is in the late 90s. I think it's going to be like 98 or 96 or something like that today. And tomorrow it's going to be unbearable. They say it's going to be like 98, but it's going to feel like 104. So I know I'm not doing nothing tomorrow. But I'm sitting here having me a little drink of some ice water, and I'm gonna go over here and tear these plants out because I was gonna wait until the end of the week because it's gonna get cooler by Friday. Today is just Monday. On Friday they say it's gonna be like 84 degrees and gonna be overcast. But I feel like this. I am respecting my beauty, or other words, my age. I'm not gonna, be out here long. Okay, so that's why I said I'm gonna do the rest of the garden on Friday when it's good and overcast. But today, I do want to hurry and get those tomato plants out of the soil and just probably resoil. It depends on how I feel. I may repot these other tomato plants. But like I said, it's really hot and I'm respecting my beauty and my age, you know. So I'm gonna try not to be out here in all this heat. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned and hopefully you'll learn a little something. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tanya, and this is our gardening segment. We're doing a little gardening today, and if you're returning, then welcome back. Good to have you back. So, without further ado, let's get started with what we're going to do today in this heat. Okay? So, this is what the garden looks like. I haven't done anything to this garden within the past 2.5 weeks. I haven't fertilized, I haven't watered, I haven't did any pruning. The only thing I did do was come out and do some harvesting. But that's all I did, and it shows. And look at those plants. I wanted to wait until Friday because the weather is going to be much better for me to work with. But I was too afraid to leave both of these big plants in the garden. They might have a disease, and I was afraid it might spread through the rest of the garden. So we're going to do one bed at a time. So I'm going to start with these two healthy tomato plants right here. I'm going to plop them down into the beds over there and rip out those old tomato plants, because I don't know whether they have a virus or whether they're the kind of tomatoes that just give off one big bloom and that's it. But either way, I just want to get them out of the garden. Okay, so the bed is nice and cleaned out, and I think I still feel real good. I'm not too hot. So I'm thinking I got enough energy to go ahead on and throw in that next tomato plant. But I'm gonna let y'all see up close what this bed looks like. And luckily for me, I got down here, right here, some garden soil. So I'm gonna pop some of that in, and I'm gonna lose the camera. I'm gonna pop some of that in and give it some nutrients, and we should be good to go. It is so hot out here. My gloves is melting. This rubber part is getting so sticky. It is hot. But I'm okay. I'm okay. It's hot real bad in the sun. But we're gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna change my gloves. And I brought over all my fertilizer because I had several bags of fertilizer in my car and 2 bags of garden soil. See, it's so hot. It's hard to think. So I got my garden soil over there, and I got my fertilizer. So now, watch me prepare this bed for these tomatoes for the second half of the summer. Okay, so I got my black cow, and I have my garden expert, because I had 2 bags of those soil just sitting. See, my bed is all clear, and I'll deal with this bed on another day or probably later on, but let's do one at a time. So I got that there. So that whole bag is going to go in there. It's a top dressing. I'm going to put half of this bag of black cow manure in. I got some kitchen scraps that I was saving from out of my kitchen, some old bananas, and you know, cause my garden is organic, so the plants are gonna love those, the kitchen scrap. And this bag of compost and cow manure mix. This whole bag is gonna go in this bed along with that whole bag, and half a bag of the black cow. I'm gonna use half a bag of this because this is straight manure. So with all this fertilizer and my kitchen scraps, the soil is gonna be well fed, and I think the tomatoes is gonna like their new home for the rest of the season. I'm gonna let these tomato plants stay until the first frost. So let's get with it. So if you're wondering, this is how I've fertilized all of my garden beds for this season. Okay, I put down chicken manure. I put down cow manure, and I put down kitchen scraps underneath the dirt because I treat my dirt and make sure my dirt is nice and rich and, you know, full of nutrients for the microorganisms in the dirt. I just treat the dirt, okay, because I have worms in my dirt, and I want to keep the worms happy because they help the garden grow with, you know, their fertilizer as far as with their worm castings. So I don't have to buy worm castings. All I have to do is just keep my soil good and fertile. So the worms be happy, and I don't have any issues with them wanting to leave or anything like that. So yeah, next season I'm gonna fertilize exactly the same way with a lot of compost, a lot of manure, and a lot of kitchen scraps in the soil. And I also fertilize with compost tea and fish fertilizer. My fish fertilizer I make myself with fermented fish and spring water. Okay, so once I empty out all of my bags of mix, I'll just spread everything out nice and even. And I go in last with my kitchen scraps, which consist of, you know, like I had old tomatoes and lettuce and things like that. But yeah, so I buried the bucket a little bit, and then I'll pull the tomato bucket out. See there how I got the dirt around it? So then I'll have a perfect circle, and I'm gonna add in my manure and my table scraps, my kitchen scraps rather, into the circle where the tomatoes are. So when I put the tomato plant back in that circle, it'll be sitting right on the kitchen scraps, which this has worked for me. I mean, you know, my garden booms with heavy composting, and composting in place. And see, now I'm removing that plant because now I got a nice round circle to put my kitchen scraps down in, and then I'll place the plant right back over top of the chicken scraps. I mean the kitchen scraps. Um, and then I'll just fill in around the tomato plant. So the tomato plant roots is sitting right on top of kitchen scrap. And then I compost heavily around the plant and then bury it with some good nutrient soil. And I know it's going to look crazy, but my plants and my garden absolutely love this method. Look at that. So I'm going to put the plant right down in that and fill in with some nice nutrient enriched soil. And my tomato plants love being planted like this. And right here, all you see me doing is just taking that tomato plant out of the bucket. And I got that bucket from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. And see a nice healthy root. And I'm going to just sit it right there on top of all of the table scraps in the little circle that I made with the bucket, and just backfill it in with some good compost. And here's what it looks like once I backfilled it in with some good rich dirt. My phone kept cutting off, so that let me know it was too hot out here. So I just wanted to hurry and get this done. So I think they look good. I think they're going to do really well. I did some filling in with some dirt. I did some pruning, so there's good airflow going through. So yeah, I think these will do good up until the first frost. Got enough room to grow up the trellis, so I think they're going to be great. Yep. So we're going to have plenty of tomatoes to do more preserving with. And the corn is doing excellent. And I just can't wait to finish out. And I'll do this on another day because it's too hot today. So I got to clean out that whole bed, and it's just too much for today. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little something as to how I garden and how I fertilize, and the usage of kitchen scraps. I use as fertilizer. So I'm going to get out of the sun because it doesn't feel like it's 110 and I'm melting. Whew. So until the next video, take care of yourselves and each other and stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.